surrounded by Toyotas. And I guess technically I'm sitting in a Chevy powered Toyota. So anyway, we're here at Toyota dealership where Tig works, and we're gonna take it back, get the oil leak fixed.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Took a little bit of time, but Tig got her all fixed. No more leaks. Yay! Said he's idled it quite a bit and seems to have got it fixed. Hopefully I'll get a chance to talk to him and you guys can kind of hear what he found. Bad news is, in standard Ben fashion, is that Mother Nature has decided to pick the day that I pick it up to rain on me. I don't know what it is with rain in my Camaro and frickin' water, but not that anything should be wrong. Got the nice aluminum piece over the ECU, should keep everything dry. I think I've got the shroud where it was leaking before on the coils sealed up. I guess I can check that when I get home. It should be fine, but let's be honest, this thing's not really meant to drive in the rain. The tires are okay, but it's still not ideal. So, is what it is. Of course, they picked a horrible day to pick it up in the rain. It's not like it'll melt. It's not the Wicked Witch of the West.
Look what you've done! I'm melting! Melting! Oh, what a world! What a world!
Yeah, but basically all I did was I took this two top timing covers off, removed the cam bolt on the exhaust side, and then we discussed that little, it's like a little mini freeze plug is what it is. They tap in there to try and seal off that oil passage in the camshaft, and obviously it's not quite up to par. But that's okay. It won't hurt anything for oil to be leached behind that bolt as long as we can keep it from coming out.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So basically the cam is hollow. This is the way it's made. And that little pin, when it wasn't sealing up, was what was making it leak the oil out. And then like before it was sloshing all around.
This is silicone I dug out of the back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know Safe said that he had been able to fix some that leaked like that with that, so I know that's what he was trying.
About the size of that freeze plug.
Okay, wow.
You know,
so that's quite a bit for
freeze
that.
plug, but it's a tap-in plug like a freeze plug.
Cool.
Yeah, it probably would have been a better design if they had threaded that with a smaller pipe plug or something.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know how that is, cost of manufacture.
Sure. If it leaks again, Safe had said he has had to just get a whole new cam, which he said if it comes to that, they should probably give me one for free and he could even put it in for me. Do you think that would be aligning with what you're thinking? Should this leak?
Should this leak, that's probably about the next step.
Okay. All right. Well, I hope it doesn't come to that.
Well, you had the engine builder put it together.
Correct.
You had me put a cam seal in it.
Yep.
Then you had the tuner.
Well, it's the same guy who built the motor. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then now I've tried to reseal it again too, but I made sure that camshaft was clean. I didn't run taps through it, but thread chases to clean the threads, all the silicone out of it. I mean, it was clean.
Awesome.
And then cleaned with brake clean, so that sealer should have been able to get in there and dry and do its job, and I left it set overnight.
Okay, perfect.
So if it still leaks, and you're running buku oil pressure.
Oh, dude. The oil
that's what I'm saying.
So when I picked this motor, a lot of people said, hey, if the good thing with the GE is that you get all the pressure. Mm-hmm. And I actually, this is a GTE block, and I like the oil squirters. The builder's like, hey, it's going to have tons of oil pressure. I'm going to put, your high pressure aftermarket pump on there. And I said, hey, can I get the oil squirters too without hurting anything? Because now I've got pressure and I've got direct oiling right to the pistons. And he said, no, that's fine. But I've never seen this thing do anything except stellar oil pressure.
Yeah, all the oil pressure.
Yeah.
All the oil pressure, so.
In fact, so this is my lack of knowledge in it, but I almost worried it was so much oil pressure, maybe that was possibly causing the leak, but.
It shouldn't be. It's not helping the leak, but it shouldn't be. And that plug in the back is stopping most of the pressure, and I'm sure it's just leaching around that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just over enough time, it'll surpass. You said also that the intake cam gear was making noise, and you think that's due to just the tune, maybe adding another couple of degrees at idle of timing?
From what I've seen online, that's the consensus, is they like to see a little cam timing even at idle to keep that from being at its extreme end, because that cam gear is capable like 35-ish degrees.
Okay.
And with no cam timing in it, it's setting clear to one side and it's just kind of working against itself.
I see.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Right on. If I moved to a more viscous, or I guess a thicker oil weight, do you think that would help or hurt anything?
I don't think it would hurt anything.
Okay.
I do like the Rotella.
Rotella is what, originally when I had the motor built, he said, hey, I run this all the time. Rotella works really, really well. Since then, he said, hey, I've seen cars running ethanol with the Rotella, and I don't like the way it mixes sometimes.
Right.
So he's like, what I would recommend, he gave me some really expensive, hard, impossible brand to get, or he says you can run the VR1 Racing by Valvoline, which I can get at AutoZone. It's 20W50, so it's a thicker oil. He said your clearances are fine for it, and I could pick that up. So I would probably swap to the VR1 Racing, the 20W50, which is a much thicker weight.
And that may help too.
Okay.
A lot of the people were tried oil viscosity, and they said, yeah, quiet it down some.
Okay.
But yeah.
At the end of the day, if it makes noise but it's fine, I'm okay with that. I'd rather not have the noise, but if it's okay and it's not going to hurt anything, that's kind of the big thing.
Well, I just heard it and I knew it wasn't right.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's the difference. So you being the mechanic and tech that you are versus me having the car and new to the 2JZ world, like, I probably heard it and didn't even realize it was sounding abnormal, to be honest with you.
Well, no, and they did say on a lot of them, because I researched it, because this is out of my element.
Sure.
I mean, you get this much aftermarket components mixed all together in the pot here, and they were saying it did tend to be a little worse when you had higher profile aftermarket camshafts. So you fall into all those categories.
I do. Well, Tig, thank you so much for putting it together and getting everything fixed. I really, really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, that's no problem. And yeah, if you ever have any questions or something, even if it's somewhere else, don't hesitate to call me.
I really appreciate that. One thing I don't really enjoy is driving this car in the rain. But I don't really have much of a choice. It is what it is. The good news is that we got the oil leak fixed, so even though it may be wet driving right now outside, the inside of the timing belt cover is all nice and dry the way I wanted it. So I don't know if Tig follows the video, but Tig, thank you once again. I really, really appreciate you getting everything buttoned up. Thanks for all those who watch, and by watching, support and subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you. And that should be about it for this one. Nice, short, and simple, but got to get things fixed when they need fixed. So thank you, and we'll see everybody next time.